All right, folks, I have another walk conversation for you. And this time we're going to go through the rider on the white horse in Revelation 6 and the beast in Revelation 13. Now, mind you, I do not have my Bible with me, so I'm going to direct you to the scriptures that I will be using. If you wish to look them up yourself to read them, because I probably will not remember the entirety of them to quote to you, then please by all means do that. However, there was a question posed by Roxanne, one of my subscribers, and this is something I have studiously avoided talking about, and that is because the majority of Christendom who talks about this is so completely far off base. And this is a perfect example of when I say that I am fervently opposed to using the natural to interpret the supernatural. Case in point, Mark of the Beast. We're not going to start there, though. We will get there. What I would like to draw your attention to is the very, very important point that probably gets a lot of this fear-mongering started to begin with, when people think that the beast from Revelation 13 and the rider on the white horse in Revelation 6 are the same. So then they think, well, if the beast is here and just not revealed until the midpoint of the 70th week, then maybe there's some possible way that there could be overlap between the worship of the beast, the worship of the image of the beast, or taking the mark of the beast. And then that gets into further gray area when people think that any of those things could be done unintentionally. So many wrongness things, so many wrong things with that. So let's start at the beginning. The rider on the white horse in Revelation 6. This is what I call Prince Lawful versus King Lawless. Where I get this from, is Daniel. I'm passing people, so hold on a second. Okay, so in Daniel's prophecy, Daniel 9, or just in the book of Daniel at all, he refers to princes, short for principality, where it says Messiah the Prince, capital M, capital P, Messiah the Prince in Daniel 9, contrast to the prince that shall come. The prince that shall come is he shall confirm the covenant with many for 1 week. That's Revelation 6's rider on the white horse. The one who comes in the place of Christ, it's the prince that shall come versus Messiah the Prince. Anyway, he also refers to the the prince of Persia, the prince of Grecia, and Michael the great prince, which stands for the children of thy people. So those are the princes mentioned in Daniel. However, when we take that over to the book of Revelation, like I just said, the prince that shall come is the one who comes in the place of Christ. Anti can mean against or opposed to, or it can mean in the place of. So what you're looking at is basically what Daniel says, contrasting Messiah the Prince versus the prince that shall come. And that's your Revelation 6 versus Revelation 19 riders on the white horses. So the prince that shall come is Revelation 6. The beginning of the 70th week of years, he shall confirm the covenant with many for 1 week. Now, when we get to the second clause of Daniel, it says, in the midst of the week, he shall cause the sacrifice and the oblation to cease, and for the overspreading of abominations, he shall make it desolate. There is an inference made that is talking about the same person who started the 70th week. It is not. Daniel very specifically states that the abomination of desolation will look as is stated in Daniel 11:36. It says, the king shall do according to his will. Hold on, I'm past another person. Okay, Daniel 11:36 says, the king shall do according to his own will. Not prince, king. This is the first of the two identifiers that Daniel uses to tell us that they are two different people. The king shall do according to his will. He shall exalt himself and magnify himself above every god. Shall speak marvelous things against the God of gods, and shall prosper till the indignation be accomplished, for that is determined shall be done. Okay? Jesus references this. When ye shall therefore see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet stand in the holy place. Okay, well that's Daniel 11:36. Paul also picks up on this in 2 Thessalonians 2:4, talking about the revelation of the man of sin, man of iniquity, man of lawlessness, king lawless versus prince lawful, because the prince who comes is the one who starts the 70th week, temple, sacrificial system, everything legal. Conversely, the dude in the middle of the week stops all that. Lawless, man of sin, iniquity, lawlessness. Says the revelation of that guy who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God or that is worshipped, so that he as God sitteth on the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. So, when we take that over to Revelation, we see that that activity is not found in Revelation 6. It's found in Revelation 13:5. That he was given a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies. Power is given unto him to continue 40 and 2 months. Here at the midpoint of the 70th week. He opened his mouth in blasphemy against God, to blaspheme his name, his tabernacle, and them that dwell in heaven. There is your abomination of desolation in in Revelation 13. And yet, it is being linked to the beast, who is the king from Daniel 11:36, not Daniel 9's prince. So you have, when we even go just that deep, and we can go even deeper yet, which we will, you can tell that the one who starts the 70th week, the prince that shall come, is not the king who shall do according to his own will. You have a prince lawful, related to the temple and the sacrificial system being reinstituted, rebuilt, and all of the Mosaic statutes being restarted, the obedience factor on the heels of Gog and Magog, versus the guy who ends all that. Now people could say, well, maybe he starts as a prince and he rises to king. No, and this is where we can dismiss that theory out of hand, because Revelation 13 very specifically states that it's the beast, the king from Daniel 11, who commits the abomination of desolation. Revelation 17 tells us the beast that thou sawest was and is not, and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit and go about his destruction. And they that dwell on the earth shall wonder after him, shall worship him, whose names are not written in the book of life, when they behold the beast that was and is not and yet is. Okay, so this is the contrast being drawn between Jesus, as was stated in Revelation 1, he who was and is to come, the Almighty. The beast that thou sawest was and is not. He is not present tense. Meaning, in this age, this dispensation, when John was given the book of Revelation, because the book of Revelation is divided into 3 parts, right? The things that thou saw. Revelation 1:19. Write the things which thou hast seen, the things which are, and the things which shall be hereafter. So Revelation is divided into 3 parts, which mirror the 3 stages of Christ. Was, is to come. So when you're talking about the contrast between Christ and the beast was and will be, is to come, but he is not presently. past another person. Please hold.
Spider, sorry.
Okay. So when you look at this, John is writing about this in Revelation 17, that presently in this part of Revelation, what constitutes the things which are, the beast is not. He's not a present tense situation. Okay, it also gives us a location for said beast. The beast that thou sawest was and is not and shall ascend, future tense, out of the bottomless pit and go about his destruction. Okay. The word destruction is the Greek word apollyon or apolia. We are given a specific reference point. Please hold. Passing more people. We are given a specific reference point within the pages of Revelation to when the beast will come on the scene. And when I say this, it must be part of the hereafter. Not getting too technical, but it's important to the sequence of events to understand this. The beast that thou sawest was, is not, and shall be, shall ascend out of the bottomless pit. When you correlate those three sequences of time, it's was, is to come. So, shall ascend out of the bottomless pit is future tense. It's related to the hereafter. Write the things which thou, write the things that thou sawest, which was, yeah, whatever. Revelation 1:19. Go look it up. The three parts of Revelation are illustrated in the beast being past tense and future tense, but not present tense. The future tense of Revelation is related to the hereafter. And the hereafter begins in Revelation 4:1. So within the chapters that are related to the hereafter, you will see references to the opening of the bottomless pit, the beast that is in the bottomless pit, who he is, and when he ascends out of it. These things are not left up to question. They're not left up to debate. We can very easily identify the precise point at which the beast ascends out of the bottomless pit in the hereafter. And it is not in conjunction with Revelation 6. The bottomless pit is opened in Revelation 9 at the beginning of trumpet 5. There's an angel that's given the key to the bottomless pit. He opens it. There's the great smoke that ascends like the smoke of a furnace. And there's these little demon locusts that fly to the bottomless pit. After the description of the little demon locusts that fly to the bottomless pit, we are told they have a king over them, who is the angel of the bottomless pit. Remember King Lawless, the king shall do according to his own will, from Daniel 11:36. Shall exalt himself, magnify himself above every god, shall speak marvelous things against the God of gods, and shall prosper till the indignation be accomplished, for that is determined shall be done. The king that Daniel 11:36 is referencing is noted as the angel of the bottomless pit, the king of the locusts. In the Greek tongue hath his name Abaddon, in the Hebrew hath his name Apollyon, or reversed, whichever. The Greek is Apollyon, the Hebrew is Abaddon. Apollyon, it is very literally the destroyer, which is what the word perdition means, apolia. Apollyon. He is named the destroyer, the son of perdition. Revelation 9:11 is giving you the identification of Revelation 17:8. The beast that thou sawest was and is not and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit and go about his destruction. The destroyer, Apollyon. Revelation 9:11. So what we have there is, please hold.
Definitely scary.
So what we have there is a very specific point in time reference to the first time the beast possibly could ascend out of the bottomless pit, trumpet 5. And yet we are told that he does so amidst the 6th trumpet in Revelation 11. The beast that ascendeth, that's written present tense, he is ascending out of the bottomless pit at the precise point he is intended to kill the 2 witnesses. So, there is absolutely no way that the rider on the white horse in Revelation 6 and the beast in Revelation 13 are the same. And it is the beast that will be destroyed and whose body will be given to the burning flame in Revelation 19, the beast and the false prophet. This mirrors language from Daniel 7, which talks about the little horn given a mouth speaking great things that comes up among the 10 horns, which are Revelation 10 kings, and his body will be given to the burning flame. So, then we come to the question that was posed. What about the mark of the beast? Well, what about it? It's the mark of the beast. You will not have worship of the beast, an image being constructed that people could worship, or a mark implemented until after the abomination of desolation. All you need to do is read the sequence of events in Revelation 13. Revelation 13:5 is the abomination of desolation. After the abomination of desolation is when people start to wander after him and begin to worship him. The first angel that flies through the midst of the heaven in Revelation 14 is preaching the everlasting gospel, which is the first of a sequence of events that happens at the sounding of the 7th trumpet. The third angel that flies through the midst of the heaven, back to back to back, second one warns Babylon has fallen, because that's where they're about to set up shop for the second half of the 70th week. And the third one that flies through the midst of the heaven warns people not to worship the beast, his image, or receive his mark, lest they die forever in fiery torment. Which means that you could not possibly have the worship of the beast, the worship of the image of the beast, or the mark of the beast until after the sounding of the 7th trumpet, after the preaching of the everlasting gospel, and after the warning goes out not to take the mark of the beast, worship the beast, or the image of the beast. It is only after that warning is given that any of those things could or would be done. And then between trumpet 7 and vial 1, there's a mass death event. People who refuse to do those things are killed, and they are seen in heaven, the heavenly throne room, before the vials are poured out. And then the first vial that is poured out targets those who took the mark of the beast, a noisome, grievous sore. What you'll notice is that no one is able to die if they take the mark of the beast. There is no death in Revelation 16 amidst the vial judgments. So those people are going to be kept alive and tortured. That's part of the severity of the vials. Can't die. That's probably why by the end of the 7th vial, they are blaspheming the heck out of God's name. Oh boy. So, my original statement with this video is this underscores the point that underscores the point that I have in mind, or one of the points that I have in mind when I make this statement. We should never use the natural to interpret the supernatural. What's the mark of the beast going to be? Nothing natural. It's going to be a microchip. It's going to be something that keeps people alive so that they can't die, so that they're tortured by the vial judgments. Who knows what it'll be? We have no clue what type of technology will exist when you've got the return of the fallen angels and the Nephilim and all that stuff. When you've got a beast who is an angel ascending out of the bottomless pit and causing people to take it, deceiving people into taking it. Who knows? And frankly, who cares? I think the only reason that this gets as much airtime as it does is because people don't understand that the Revelation 6 rider on the white horse and Revelation 13 beast ain't the same guy. And when you know that they are not, and you know when the beast gets here, you know that we are at least, the rapture is at least 3.5 years before the worship of the beast, image of the beast, or mark of the beast, because the beast ain't even going to be here until he ascends out of the bottomless pit. And we are given a precise time when he does that. Day 1,256 and a half into 2,520 days of the 70th week. He ascends 3.5 days before the midpoint of the 70th week, because that's how long the dead bodies of the two witnesses lied in the street until they're resurrected. And then there's, in the same hour, a great earthquake. A 10th part of the city falls. The second woe is past sixth trumpet. Behold, the third woe cometh quickly. And that is the preaching of the everlasting gospel, which leads into the abomination of desolation, which leads into the flight of the remnant, which leads into the angels preaching, don't worship the beast's image or take his mark. So I don't know why people get so bent on this and trying to say it's the vaccine or a microchip or something like that. This is ridiculous statements with people who have no idea how to interpret the difference between the end times people and the end times events. And they're fear-mongering, thinking that they're going to be forced to do something, or they're going to unintentionally do something that they don't intend to do, that's going to get them eternally separated from God. Where is your faith, people? Don't worry about it. This is why I do not discuss that on this channel. Do not worry about it. Sit there and wonder all you want about what it's going to be. You're not going to know, because you are going to be at least 3.5 years removed from that time period. And who knows what technology they will have to do whatever it is they're going to do. That is where I stand on that. So, best thing you can do for yourself is to understand the book of Daniel in relationship to the book of Revelation. And when you do that, and you read Revelation 17 and Revelation 13 about the beast, and you see where he's at, bottomless pit. When's the bottomless pit open? Trumpet 5. When's he ascend out of it? Trumpet 6. You know, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that you are not going to be anywhere near that. Don't even sweat it.